Good morning, everyone. This is Brad Matheny. Today is the 22nd of October. It is a Tuesday. We're looking at a moderately lower open again for the SPY. As I mentioned to you, this week's probably going to be pretty difficult related to the SPY cycle patterns. And come over here to the SPY cycle patterns today. We're looking at a gap reversal in counter trending mode. Normally, the way I look at counter trending mode is I take a look at either short-term trend and determine what we're looking for as far as a gap reversal, which would be a downward gap reversal, or I come over and I take a look at the last 2 or 3 days trading trend, and you can see that we've pretty much been going moderately up, slightly, if you look at this high versus this opening high here, slightly down, so kind of sideways. So I'm going to guess that the gap reversal today could be, could technically be any direction. I highlighted it as a sell here and then buy tomorrow, expecting a downward trend. So I'll stick with that. I mean, I would tell you at this point, after yesterday's rolling price pattern and low, we may have already hit the pullback yesterday. So what I was expecting was a pullback on Tuesday. We may have actually hit the peak a little early and then rolled down. We may be looking at an early move into this area here. Let me spread this out, give you an example. So we were looking, go away. We were looking for, this rally here, up, pullback, rally. I was looking for this type of move early in the week. And we had that little bit of a move on Friday, moving into early selling here on Monday, moving into a bit of a recovery on Tuesday. We could see this recovery rally move more into this trending like you see here. It could be more of a kind of an upward melt up that I was expecting to carry on into Wednesday. Today's pattern on the cycle pattern, again, is a gap reversal. Then tomorrow we get into a gap breakaway, then a counter trend breakaway, then a rally. As I mentioned to you, I still believe that we're looking at a moderate melt up here with some consolidation. Again, we could have seen this consolidation here essentially play out as this consolidation here. So we're going to be potentially looking for a moderate melt up type of a trend. It would be critical, in my opinion, that we hold above this low level here, goes all the way back to here. So that would be 579. We're at 581.38 here. We'll see how it plays out. Not overly aggressive with this week, as if you remember, I mentioned that traders need to be straight, pretty cautious this week. We're going to be melting up, I think, and we're going to end up possibly up into this area, 550 or 595, 596, 597. But it's going to be a battle this week. It really is. Okay, so QQQ was trending a little bit stronger the last day or two compared to the SPY. You can see we had this rollover, this deep low pattern. Now we're into some consolidation with a little bit of an upward trend. We're going to open roughly 493.29 right now. You can see, though, that we had flagged out. We had gotten back to the apex zone right here. And this is kind of important to understand that this apex zone is going to act as critical support and resistance. So until we get outside of this upper level, this is a 1 hour chart, until we're able to break above this rejection area, we're kind of stuck in a bit of a quagmire. We literally are just trying to get out of our own way here with the QQQ. Now, I do expect the Qs to moderate melt up through here. So, we're looking at the buy here. Yesterday, we had the deeper low. We're looking at a carryover trend into this area right over here. So we should be looking for some sort of a carryover move up into this area. And I think we're going to get a moderate melt up today in both the SPY and the QQQ. Now, remember, we have stronger dollar, metals are still moving, so we're in kind of a shifting economy. And let's take a look at gold right now. Ahead of the election, here we have 1 hour gold. You can see here today's pattern is so we had a go flat over here yesterday. Pretty good area. We had the buy here down here at 2702. We had a go flat over here at roughly 2748, 46. That's not a bad move. Could have gotten even out a little higher. Now we're kind of in this pullback pause phase. Come back over here and take a look at the gold pattern. We're in a flat down pattern today. A flat down pattern would indicate, just like I've drawn right here, that we're going to see gold move into kind of this range here and maybe into this range and stay kind of into this shape here. So pay attention that we're likely going to just see gold meander a bit today. We did have a pretty solid rally. So you need to understand, we come over here and we take a look at gold and silver. Here's our 1 hour charts. Sorry, these are 30-minute charts. And you can see we've had a pretty solid rally and then a pullback. Move up here just recently from 27.53 down to 27.47. But again, we're up, silver's up 50 cents, gold is up $8. I'm expecting a flat day. That's what I'm expecting, is a flat day in gold, leading to our buy here trigger, which should be a rally near the end of the day today. Taking a look at silver. Silver's a little higher today. Again, looking for that flat down in kind of a melt up trend. So you can see here, we're in this moderate melt up. The way I would expect a move here is very similar to what I drew in the gold chart, kind of a moderate melt up into this mode. And that would give us a pretty solid, rotation into this melting upward trigger. You can see here, if we do have this flagging pattern set up, A, B, C, D, E, potentially moving through that flag. And that would give us a bias potentially more towards the end of the day today for a breakout rally. And that plays out okay, considering we get into a breakaway and then a blank bar, then a bottom, then a rally. So you have a pretty good chance here with gold and silver to move into a rally phase, later, meaning into the 23rd, 24th, and 25th. We could see both gold and silver move into some sort of a rotation rally phase up into this area by about the 20. Today's the 22nd. So between today and tomorrow, let's call it, in this area here, building a base, we stay above this 3375, 3380 area. You could see silver make a move up here to 36, 37, 3750. And you could potentially see gold making a move up to, again, holding the base. Base here would be around this, like I highlighted yesterday, around this 3725 area. If we hold this base and we get some sort of a rotating trend, we could get a pretty good rally, as I've indicated in the roadmap. Could get a pretty good rally right up into this area right up here. And this would be our next sell area, which is the end of the day on Thursday or early morning on Friday. So we're looking at a go flat, kind of a buy zone here, then a rally up into this area, looking to try to get out the end of the day on Thursday or early on Friday for a bit of a little pullback again. And then end of the day on Thursday, Friday, we're looking at our little buy here trigger, sell here, and buy here. And then we're looking for a nice little rally up into 28.20, 28.40. Okay, let's take a look at Bitcoin real quick. Pretty good selling yesterday. Looks like this is hourly. So yeah, pretty good selling yesterday off of what I highlighted would likely be the ultimate high pattern. Looks like I drew a lot of data here. Let's go back to daily. Whoa. There we go. Looks a little better. And you remember, I highlighted that we were going to be getting into consolidation on Bitcoin. It certainly looks like consolidation is set up. We have an excess phase peak pattern that's played out quite extensively. And get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And now, like I said, we're looking at this move up. You can see here to the 5 up here, and or the 5, ultimate 5 up here. These are pretty important, guys. You know, when you start to use the excess phase peak pattern and you start to understand what's going on, you know, I could identify that we have gotten to a short-term ultimate peak, a broader term consolidation phase. That leads me to believe that we could see, you know, and it comes down to this. It comes down to the length of the flagging. So flagging lasted about like this. And if I were to copy this and drag it up over here, you could be looking at flagging all the way out to November 2nd. So we could be looking at sideways consolidation all the way out to November 2nd, maybe right before the election, and having a big move after the election. So basically look for Bitcoin right now to continue to consolidate. And again, you can see the areas I marked, you know, 67,000, 66,000, 68,900. And we've already come down to 66,800. So there's our 67,000 area hitting. We're just not going to get out of this consolidation phase until probably very close to the election. So I would expect Bitcoin to, you know, stay within this range, maybe a little bit lower down into this area, maybe down to 64,400. But we're going to be trapped, I think, for Bitcoin. Okay, so we come back over here looking for a bit of this is daily. Again, we're getting a bit of rotation so far this morning. And so we're going to be looking for, as you saw here, we had a pretty deep low. Try to get rid of some of these lines so you can see. See, we had a pretty deep low here yesterday. So that's going to set up new support. We're really looking at support around 579.60, 579.50 roughly. And we're looking for that moderate breakup rally phase. So again, I think we're going to see a pretty solid little melt up phase over the next 2-3 days, moving into a little sideways congestion before we get a last little rally here on the 28th, 29th, 30th, reaching up into a peak here and then rolling down into the pre-election kind of chaos. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Go get my coffee. Everything else is good. Remember, leave your comments. We're going to be watching what's going on. Let me know how I can help you. And again, we are just as of right now, it's Tuesday. We'll see what happens. Okay, talk to you later.